presents Unforgiven. A new innovation changes everything.
And then is practically forgotten of completely. And if I'm being perfectly honest, the idea of the Championship Scramble was one of WWE's most outstanding innovations. Bring back the Scramble match.
Championships will be won and lost.
Well, thanks for the spoiler alert about championships being lost tonight. You were doing good in the announcement up until that part.
Unforgiven.
Annoying kid voice.
An eye for an eye.
Shawn Michaels became the inspiration for WWE creating the Eye for an Eye match 12 years later. Let's just be thankful that WWE chose an unsanctioned match between Shawn and Chris Jericho instead of a literal match involving eyes. The one thing I never understood about the Scramble matches tonight is why the respective championship belt was placed on a podium at ringside despite the fact that it hasn't been vacated. Like, if Mark Henry wins this, does he become a two-time ECW champion?
An 80% chance.
Never tell me the odds, Matt Striker. And besides, the odds being against the champion doesn't normally guarantee a new champion. It does for this case, but not for a lot of others.
That superstar becomes the current champion.
Current champion, official champion, honestly that's the same fucking thing. And these rules are really confusing. If a wrestler pins or submits an opponent, they become the ECW champion, but not really. They can also become a two-time champion, but not really. My head is pounding right now. Boy, that's gotta suck for The Miz. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. We're in Cleveland tonight, and the audience don't give a shit.
How'd their football team do today?
It's Cleveland. How the hell do you think their football team performed? Just say the name Cleveland and you got your answer.
Amidst all the confusion and unpredictability.
The Miz never even pushed Matt Hardy right there. Seemed like Matt threw himself into the corner because he loves collisions.
Hardy, this could be our
The referee had to get out of the ring to count the pin.
from Cameron, North Carolina. Oof.
Wow, I'll take a sin up because that was a pretty innovative move on the part of The Miz, yet we never see him do that ever again after this.
Population 212.
Thanks, Todd. I totally cared about how many people live in Matt Hardy's hometown during the first ever championship scramble match at Unforgiven.
Every single one of them watching the television.
Todd Grisham believes that everyone in Cameron, North Carolina is watching Unforgiven right now. All 212 people. What makes you think every single one of them is a wrestling fan?
Rival Chavo has the first pinfall.
So, by calculations, Chavo Guerrero is now a two-time ECW champion, but not really. Boy, these rules absolutely suck.
Prevent defense doesn't work in football.
Todd Grisham and Matt Striker are a good commentary duo, but man, their argument about football references are really scrambling my brain. Alright, that reference also sucked.
In a title change.
A title change? What in the hell is a championship title? We're not even 10 minutes into the scramble and I got a bad migraine. I don't know if I can handle the rest of the night.
And what's the Cleveland, Ohio native thinking here?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a double-cross body from the top rope, given both Matt Hardy and Chavo Guerrero are side-by-side in perfect position for that move? Just a guess.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Match just got a lot stronger.
Haha, fuck you.
Cover, and yes, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry pinned Chavo Guerrero to become the ECW champion, but not really. When he hit the World's Strongest Slam on The Miz, a question popped in my head. What happens if Mark pins someone else? Does that mean somebody else has to get two pinfalls in order to become the champion, but not really?
These two world-class athletes.
Whoa, honestly, Mark Henry should have countered, because this is one of the very few occasions to ever see Matt Hardy attempt a springboard maneuver. Damn, I wanted to see that. Here begs another question. The referee was telling Mark to back out of the corner or risk disqualification. And if that's the case, does Matt Hardy become the ECW champion but not really, as a result of a disqualification? No wonder it's called a scramble match. We don't even know how all the rules work. They're all over the place. So, are there or are there not any disqualifications valid in this match? Someone use a weapon in front of the referee just so I can clarify, please.
3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Somehow The Miz was cut open on the side of his head from that twist of fate, despite the part of his head not making contact with anything sharp. How the hell was he bleeding? Unless he bladed prior to this. Poor Chavo Guerrero, been the main focus of nearly every World's Strongest Slam in the last 5 minutes of this match.
It's over! It's over!
Confusing as the rules are to a scramble match, you cannot deny this was a freaking awesome feel-good moment for Matt Hardy to finally win a world title in WWE. The reaction from the audience was insane.
Tonight, you win the championship.
Damn, Matt Hardy just had to change Jeff Hardy's momentum. Excitement is understandable, but probably shouldn't have said that. Pretty ironic that we hear Motorhead as the camera show Triple H, and you gotta love Motorhead, especially if one of their songs is the theme song for Unforgiven. The annoying mobile text voting shown throughout the 2008 pay-per-view events, and in this case, it's an irrelevant question, because regardless if the Big Show should have been allowed in the WWE title scramble match or not, the fact is he's not in it, and a voting poll wouldn't change anything.
remember hijacked the World Championships from DiBiase and Rhodes.
Whoa, wait, what? I knew Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. were tag team champions, but when the hell did Crime Time hijack World Championships from them? Did Cody and Ted steal the WWE and World title from Triple H and CM Punk, then Crime Time hijacked the titles to give them back to the respective owners? In Appleton? JTG is avoiding punches that Cody Rhodes isn't even throwing at him. Or is John Cena involved in this match despite being absent with an injury?
Able to converse with him?
Michael Cole is amazed that Jerry Lawler has been able to converse with Crime Time. How is that surprising? Isn't that what y'all do anyway, just so you can announce during pay-per-views about the conversations you've had with wrestlers prior to matches? Begging for mercy, and what are the odds that JTG is going to fall for this like other wrestlers normally do?
You ever just kind of sit and enjoy the match?
Jerry Lawler encourages Michael Cole to just sit down and enjoy the matches. That'd be nice, except for the obvious problem of being the damn commentators for the viewers at home. Ted DiBiase wasting valuable time taunting the audience while JTG recovers long enough to tag in Shad Gaspard. You can easily see the cliches in this match.
TG, and here's the double team.
Haha, Ted DiBiase slipped on the ropes in his attempt to stomp on JTG with the referee's back turned.
JTG falls out of the way.
Cody Rhodes misses the moonsault, which, 1 second later, causes him to become a fish out of water for whatever reason.
Desperate time. Tag made.
The referee clearly missed Shad Gaspard getting tagged in, but chose to allow it anyway. If the referee doesn't see it, it's an illegal tag. Man, he sucks at his job.
And here comes Crime Time.
Here comes Crime Time? Technically, that's just Shad. Shad himself is not Crime Time. That's the entire team.
Goes into the cover, hooks the leg, and Shadman.
Ted DiBiase, despite not hearing a 3 count, somehow believes he won the match. Or does he think 2 counts give you the win in wrestling matches?
And Rhodes and DiBiase stole one.
Commentator stupidly refers to roll-ups as stealing the victory cliche. The commentary was doing good up until that ending.
DiBiase and Rhodes, they should have taken.
Post-match assault because why not? We likely got some time to kill before the 30-minute unsanctioned fight coming up next.
Who the heck is this?
Manu is a sad example that not every member of the Anoa'i family gets the big-time slots on the main roster. Hell, I hardly even remember that he was part of Legacy given his short stint on Raw.
We're going out there and doing this match.
Shawn Michaels likely has that look on his face because this dude was talking about his life story for 5 straight hours before he started warning Shawn about the risks of facing Chris Jericho tonight.
Sit your wife, your kids down. Tell them Daddy will never be Shawn Michaels.
To which Chris Jericho's wife and kids would say, well, duh, we'd rather you be yourself than be someone else. So that kind of makes Shawn Michaels' taunt a little awkward.
I think you deserved it.
Let's be honest, this feud that went on for over half a year was one of the most intense rivalries of 2008, and Chris Jericho is so freaking good at what he does.
Is an unsanctioned match.
The fuck is an unsanctioned match? I know this match is unsanctioned, but what the hell does unsanctioned mean?
The only way to end is by pinfall or submission.
Yet this match ends in a bullshit referee stoppage despite the clear rules stated about it. Pinfall or submission only, not referee stoppage. This match must be the inspiration for Hell in a Cell 11 years later. I suppose this means that Shawn Michaels took the term bootlicker too literally and made Chris Jericho an HBK bootlicker.
He will never, ever forgive Chris Jericho.
Well, unless Chris Jericho turns face again or Shawn Michaels turns heel. Either of those options could lead to Shawn forgiving Chris for his actions against his wife.
That's just an
Ow, my hands! And I'm so sorry for hurting you, ring post. Here, let me give you a big hug. Feel better now? This must have been a prank at the hands of the WWE crew members since Shawn's only weapon options are water and some Gatorade. Why hurt those who punched your wife when you can have a drink and hang out? The referee is admonishing Shawn Michaels for the usage of a steel chair when this is literally an unsanctioned match, meaning WWE, including the referees, are not responsible for anything that happens in this match.
completely legal.
Chris Jericho may want to give that ring post another hug since it got hurt by the effects of the steel chair. First, Shawn looks underneath the ring and finds only water and Gatorade, so Chris Jericho checks the other side and finds yoga mats. Why assault someone whose wife you punch when you can do some yoga to relieve your anger? Actually, this I might agree with. Wow, one side featured water and Gatorade, another side featured yoga mats, and in between it all was a table that has a leg already broken off. These crew members clearly were drunk when putting items underneath the ring. Amazed the table didn't immediately shatter to pieces upon Chris throwing it at Shawn since it came from the fucked up side of the ring. This referee clearly was the wrong one to officiate this unsanctioned match since he should be standing around unless there's a pinfall or submission. This asshole is literally trying to pry Chris off of Shawn for something completely legal. I hope someday God can forgive me for what I do to you. Since you've hit your vintage elbow drop followed by sweet chin music to end countless matches, I don't think you have anything to fear, Shawn. Except for being sinned for not committing a sin. Wow, that's a first.
Shawn submits.
What the actual fuck is this referee's problem? Chris Jericho has the walls of Jericho locked in, yet the referee is yelling at Chris to let go? This move is legal in a traditional wrestling match. Why are you scolding Chris for using it in an unsanctioned match? Here are 5 sins since this referee clearly has no idea how to work this match. Why are you telling that to Chris Jericho? Try telling Shawn that you can't make Chris break the walls down. Oh, wow.
What thoughts could be going through his mind?
Shawn Michaels has Chris Jericho in an obvious suplex onto the metal stage position, but sure, what could he possibly be thinking about doing here? How the hell did Shawn know Lance Cade was sneaking up behind him? Like he literally threw a punch before he even turned around. Or was he going to throw a punch at nothing to hype up the crowd and conveniently whack Lance in the process? As much as Chris has aligned himself with Lance Cade, this 2-on-1 brawl with Shawn Michaels goes on way too long and drags this match. Let me know when it starts to get good again. Now that was cool to see. A chair shot to the face causing Chris to crash into the waiting table below. Gotta love seeing Shawn get his long-awaited redemption against Chris Jericho after their many pay-per-view encounters throughout 2008. Fucking love this rivalry. Like I mentioned before, the rules state that this unsanctioned match must end via pinfall or submission only, yet it ends with referee stoppage. That's like ending Hell in a Cell with a referee stoppage. Don't worry, Shawn is probably continuing the attack because he never pinned Chris or forced him to submit, the only way to end the match. Well, unfortunately, that's what you get for being a piss-poor referee who didn't know the rules throughout this entire match.
Go out and celebrate! Celebrate!
Randy Orton being condescending to the Legacy while congratulating them at the same time. Gotta love this character, which turned into the best thing of 2009. Oh yeah, this is still a thing apparently.
First ever tag team ladder match, No Mercy, a few years ago.
A few years ago? Apparently an event that took place nearly a decade ago qualifies as a simple few years. Nice to see the rules, but we've already seen them throughout the progress of the ECW Championship match earlier.
Hardy, it's go time!
Shelton Benjamin immediately attempts a roll-up and fails. Damn, a botch on the very first move. Uh-oh.
5 pinfalls.
Very nice. Why are we talking about the ECW Championship match that already happened, especially when there's the WWE Championship match currently in progress?
Alluding to can be out.
Wait, what the hell happened there? Shelton Benjamin attempted to hit pay dirt while Jeff Hardy attempted to hit a clothesline. Did both wrestlers think their respective moves were supposed to connect or something?
Smackdown. Wait a minute.
The Brian Kendrick must not have had a game plan heading into this match since he kept going for constant pinfalls doomed to fail every single time. So I guess this means the Hardy Party of Armageddon 3 months later was the second party since Jeff Hardy is the WWE Champion, but not really? These rules still boggle my mind. The question I asked earlier in this video once again crops up. Jeff Hardy is the WWE Champion, but not really. So if he successfully pinned Shelton Benjamin right here, would that mean someone has to get 2 pinfalls to become the champion, but not really? You know it's bad when I ask the same question twice in the same video.
Brian Kendrick is the WWE Champion!
What's the use in celebrating here? Probably because this is the closest Brian Kendrick could ever be to becoming WWE Champion. Being the current champion, but not really.
Well, the clock is ticking.
Wah, wah.
And the current...
Been waiting to make this reference when it came to this sin. Jeff Hardy committing the copyright infringement. It's the best I could come up with, and I don't care. It sounds awesome when I say it. And in these last 4 minutes, the Brian Kendrick is the punching bag for pretty much everyone throughout, just like Chavo Guerrero was in the previous match. Wonder who will be the punching bag for the World Heavyweight Championship match later on.
Kendrick, look at the counter!
Kind of a good thing Jeff Hardy thought quick to make it seem like he countered the sliced bread because, my god, that move was terrible due to the slip-up. Triple H is addicted to Jeff's Hardys. With all these finishers he's taken, the Brian Kendrick is practically dead by now. Anyone could just pin him and get a successful 3 count in the process.
50 seconds left.
Wow, the athleticism of Shelton Benjamin is amazing the way he leaps onto the top rope like that. Mix that with the superplex powerbomb combination and you got yourself 2 sin removers. Nice work.
He's a maniac!
Honestly, Jeff Hardy didn't need to hit that additional swanton bomb on Shelton Benjamin, given Shelton was knocked out already and wouldn't recover in time before the 30 seconds expired. If I were Jeff, I'd be looking around at my opponents to make sure no one is coming in to pin anyone, like Matt Hardy did earlier. This scene always pissed me the fuck off. Really showed how much of a screw-up Jeff Hardy was in the match. He sees Triple H try to pin MVP, and all he had to do was leap forward and he would have broken up the count and won the WWE Championship. Instead, he chooses to pin Shelton because... did he think the referee would be distracted? I don't know.
a 13-time champion.
What? Hunter is not a 13-time champion by the end of the Scramble match. He retained his 12th title reign. If we're actually counting the interim champions as official title reigns, shouldn't Hunter be a 15-time champion then? Meanwhile, Jeff Hardy's a 3-time champion, but not really? I am so confused, so here are 10 additional sins. Can't believe I gotta deal with one more of these.
Get in bed with my wife tonight.
Damn, Sean, just a little reminder that we are officially a PG show and you gotta be careful here.
Since I've become champion, the odds have been stacked against me.
Because CM Punk has been the most mid-card World Heavyweight Champion in that prestigious title's history, and that's just pathetic to do to him.
It is time to continue our conversation.
That'd be nice, but I kinda gotta get ready for my Championship Scramble match coming up in about half an hour. Catch you next time. What a devastating punt kick to CM Punk's arm. Apparently getting kicked in the arm is enough to knock him unconscious and prevent him from competing for his own World Heavyweight Championship tonight. Also, WWE had CM Punk perform in a mid-card lackluster reign as World Champion, all just to have him lose the title without even competing in the match for it. Here are 20 sins for that terrible idea. No disrespect to Michelle McCool and Maryse, but the World Heavyweight Champion just got assaulted backstage ahead of his title match coming up. The absolute worst time to say, well, it's time for the Divas Championship match.
Equal to the WWE Women's title.
How the hell is a title that has a butterfly design and is labeled the Divas Championship equal to the more prestigious Women's Championship in any way? Michelle McCool has been the Divas Champion for nearly 3 damn months and only now is she starting to defend it? Equal to the Women's Championship, my ass.
Well, she says she can't help it.
Good lord, this match is absolute shit. I'd rather watch CM Punk get carted off to the trainer's room for the next 20 minutes. At least that would have our attention.
I think my wrist might be hurt from that hit still.
Sunset flipped attempt failed.
Got it in.
And a dodge.
Damn, terrible Divas Championship match and a simple face buster was somehow enough to put away Maryse. Well, thank God it's over at least. Okay, this is just ridiculous. By now, the WWE Championship Scramble match is over and done with. What's the point in voting on whether or not the Big Show should have been in what he was never going to be in? Another 5 cents. Mike Adamle. Oh, come on! Can we please just get to the main event already? I'm begging you now!
Make a suggestion to Mike Adamle.
The Big Show forgot that he's part of the SmackDown roster, which, per the rules of the brand split, means he cannot take part in the World Heavyweight Championship Scramble match. Even Mike Adamle isn't dumb enough to forget that, and Mike is dumb as fuck.
Find out, but...
Vicky Guerrero entered into the Big Show's theme. Very tempted to say this is a fitting entrance for Vicky. Whoops, I just did. The best thing about this sequence is Big Show laughing and having a lot of fun while The Undertaker and his Drews prepare the casket for Vicky Guerrero. Also, 8 damn minutes of The Undertaker's entrance. We are really stalling for time just to reach the 3-hour mark, aren't we? Darn, all that just for Big Show's heel turn number 22,031. Now we just can't catch a break on great moments that happen tonight, can we? Also, this entire segment lasts about the same length as the Scramble matches tonight. We basically witnessed another scramble between Big Show wanting to join the world title match, to Vicky criticizing him, to Undertaker appearing, to Big Show revealing he's in cahoots with Vicky. Man, my head hurts so bad. This cameraman snooping on private conversations between Mike Adamle and William Regal, and he's completely exposed too. It's like WWE figures us to be dumb idiots, so they show the rules for the Scramble match every single time. Don't worry, we know how this match works by now. In a way. Dave Bautista toying around with JBL in the early goings of this match is making me a little anxious. Just hope the Scramble doesn't mess with my head like the last two did.
You don't have to pin the current champion in order to become champion.
And in this case, that's because CM Punk got royally screwed over for no fucking reason.
Still no answer.
You could clearly see JBL preparing to react to the chop block well before Dave could even connect it. You gotta try not to make it look too obvious. What? Why did Dave release the figure 4 leg lock? Sure, JBL had his hand on the ropes, but the referee clearly signaled that there are no rope breaks allowed. Thus, Dave could keep the hold locked in long enough for JBL to tap out.
No pinfalls or submissions.
What? Now no one's allowed to pin or submit anyone in this match? Then how the fuck do you win this match, Michael? Whoever the hell that asshole was in the crowd yelling at Kane to get down from the top rope. Surprised Kane didn't oblige just so he could chokeslam that fan.
Kane is the current.
Honestly, how funny would it be if there were no champions, but not really, in this match, even with the arrival of Chris Jericho? Does that mean CM Punk ends up retaining the World Heavyweight Championship without actually being involved in the match? Whoa, whoa, whoa. The rules had stated 3 times tonight that there are 5-minute intervals between each entrant. It's only been 2.5 minutes since Kane entered.
But I don't know if that was a...
Foreshadowing Dave's rampage on Rey Mysterio a year later. And why would Dave be angry at Rey for betraying him in a match that's every man for himself? So Mike Adamle deems CM Punk unable to compete due to the assault by Randy Orton and the Legacy. So the replacement he selects is Chris Jericho, who received an even worse assault by Shawn Michaels for 30 damn minutes. You might as well just drag the unconscious CM Punk to ringside and leave him there if we're going to put injured wrestlers in the match. Also, if the feud between Chris and Shawn warranted the World Heavyweight title, why not just put Shawn in this match? Shawn's in better condition, plus he'd be feeling a lot better with God.
Oh, it's Bradshaw in trouble.
Oh, JBL's arm being clearly underneath the bottom rope and out of bounds is no big deal, but it's his leg that signals the break. The limbs don't have to literally be touching the rope to force a break. They just gotta be out of bounds. Also, how is this legal? The referee clearly said there were no rope breaks. Now all of a sudden there are? I'm really losing my shit here.
Jericho's the world champion.
And they say Edge is the ultimate opportunist. That was the easiest title win from a completely injured wrestler I have ever seen. Questionable as the decisions were, this was awesome to see. Unforgiven at least ends with a kick-ass title change by Chris Jericho.